just going on YouTube. This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to review the debut album, basically the singles off the debut album by Latin singer slash rapper Arcángel. Basically, this project is called El Fenómeno. And it came out in the late fall of 2008. So basically, the concept behind this particular project here is Arcángel basically came on the scene a little bit throughout like the mid 2000s as far as those affairs can happen. I know at least he had some records. I think how I particularly found this cat was through the producer Looney Tunes as far as those affairs can happen. That he might have been on like a compilation album there or something like that. But within the pitch, pretty dope fair type here. Pretty similar to like Pitbull. This speaks in Espanol as far as those pitch can happen. It's kind of a combination of like a sleeker version of like Pitbull and Taio Cruz, some of those type folks. Definitely the sort of stuff that folks like Akon, Pitbull, Taio Cruz are kind of doing with like that EDM, almost Europop type sound, just in a more darker and shrill type sense back in like the second half of 2008 and the first half of 2009. So it's definitely some pretty slick type fare just within the pitch behind. I would definitely say that in the description of this album on Wikipedia it says urban pop. Definitely feel like that particular pitch is on here within the thrills of it. So it's definitely some pretty dark type fare within the aspect of just having like some thrilliness and being able to nail these aspects. So there's actually 4 singles off this project here. Wikipedia says there's 2, but there's one of which that was Chica Virtual, which basically was like a buzz single that was originally intended to be on an album from that he was going to drop prior to this. There's apparently one called La Maravilla that was supposed to come out in like 2006, 2007, something like that, but it just didn't come out. So it's just within the pitch as far as those fares. Going to happen. So it's just within the aspect as far as saying that's a single that is included on here, which I'm glad because sometimes buzz singles don't make it on albums. Then there's like a further single that was promoted that just seemed like it didn't make enough noise to get the attention, but I think it was the least attempted. I don't know if it had a music video, but it's Ganas de T. So it's just within the pitch. There were 4 singles off this project. So that's the particular fare. But judging by the impact of the singles on this particular album, I say that this is a pretty excellent burst of energy to kind of get here. If it has more songs like at least the singles, I would definitely say within the fare behind it that there's some excellent type stuff to be seen on this particular album. So I would say, yeah, just to say simple enough, this album gets a 10 out of 10 in terms of the singles of this album and the promotion of it, but it's just within the pitch. There's 21 songs in here as far as those first going to happen. I would think it's got some pretty excellent type fare on here, judging from what I particularly saw of it. So it's just some good typeness to be able to get, like I said, similar to Pitbull, Taio Cruz, some of those particular type folks, fares like that, just within, it's kind of within the aspects of it. We'll definitely say that the song Por Amar a Ciegas is a real excellent type song. Now this switches it up. Most of the 4 singles on this project are more in like that sleeker type format, but Por Amar a Ciegas is a little bit more. This is a surprising type one. This actually nails like a dance floor type song within the pitch as far as within the concept of having it be more down tempo and almost ballad-esque. This is just a little bit more kind of sensual song within the pitch that just nails the particular vibe, but just having this more closer winded within the aspect of just being able to have the fare, just having like some real excellent type fare that just makes it where it's not boring, or not to say boring within the pitch, but just the concept where it pulls off it being in like a dance floor type setting where having a social kind of ballad is just not super common, especially within pop and R&B. It's not something I've seen commonly folks like Pitbull or like Akon kind of do within some of those type pitches, or other folks like that, I'd say. So it's a good touch on. So it's definitely props for Arcángel being able to nail that particular vibe and get some of those. But yeah, just to say here, so Chica Virtual, which basically in English means virtual girl as far as those fares going to happen. Chica Virtual is like a sleek kind of electric laid out bounce kind of get here. Definitely some Pitbull vibes that has saying just an overall kind of smokier song just within the pitch behind it. So it's that same sort of fare, just like aspect of just kind of like the aspect behind this particular song just has like these are some songs where you're playing hardball with chicas as far as this first gonna happen. So it definitely has the game to be laid flat here. It's not just like a little bit of like kind of Mac here and there. It's actually the concept of like baggy and like, you know, Bella or 2 within the pitch as far as saying this something where it's like serious hardball within the pitch. So I like the concept, but just like the thrills of like, hey, I'm putting on my game face tonight as far as those pitches gonna happen. So these are just some real shrill type ones gonna have for that particular fare, but this is definitely some smokier typeness. Like I was saying, Chica Virtual really nails it. Particular lyric I like on this particular song, I mean, particularly this is just more of like a dance floor type song within the pitch. It's a standard bounce type single, but I do like the way he says on this particular song that the way she's dancing on the track slash dance floor kills me. So one particular translation of this song says dancing on the track, which you would think dancing on the song that you're hearing, or it also means dancing on the dance floor in certain senses, translating from Spanish to English. So either way, whether dancing on the track slash song or dancing on the dance floor, it kills me the way Arcángel kind of says that. So it's just a good It's a good type pitch to be able to get that there. So I do appreciate that one. But yeah, once again, in terms of promotion on this album, it gets a 10 out of 10. So Por Amor a Ciegas, which basically means For Loving Blind, is a real nice one. And this is probably a real standout here. This is pretty much like a real excellent type song within the pitch. Really was pretty impressed with this particular song, this way it nailed it within the vibes. It's like a misty and kind of glossed. This is like a misty and glossed out kind of dance floor climax that I had to say here. Good concept of that. Just a slower type one that pulls out the vibes real well. It's just within pitch as far as saying that the particular fare about this song is just like I was saying, it's just a slower type song that just nails the particular fare of just being able to have like ballad-esque typeness, but just bringing out to like a stunt night as far as this pitch can happen. So it's just more, it's a little bit smokier and romantic within the pitch, just more slow dance towards the end of the night type fare, but it's just kind of it's just a good emote type song that has the pitch of being able to have like that romantic type feeling out in public as far as those fares can happen. So good type fares for that. So one of the lyrics I liked on this particular song, kind of a strange type lyric within the pitch behind it, but still nonetheless I'd have to say it's pretty nice one to have gotten here. It just had to say, I asked a dentist about, on this particular song, Arcángel says, I asked a dentist about love at first sight and he said it was an error. So it's just an interesting type product that he would talk to a dentist about some chica just within the particular fare about it, just within the aspect that the product of where he would turn to for like advice and things like that would be a dentist of all people within the pitch behind it. So it's an interesting type fare for that as far as those aspects going to happen. Not super common that would kind of happen within the lyricism kind of it. Just kind of, it's an interesting type fare. It'd be like asking a pharmacist or something like that. Just kind of in that, just wouldn't have the product of it, but it's a good type fare to be able to say within those pitches. Just a good lyric that hits, just nails the appeal behind it. So it's a good type fare. But yeah, look after here. So the next single is Pa Que La. The next song is Pa Que La Pasas Bien, which basically means so that you have a good time. It's a good type fare for some of these. Do have some original titles on here as far as those fares kind of happen. So this is like a shrill and sleek kind of night product kind of get here. Just some wide awake enjoyment, I'd have to say, in a good stunt night. I would definitely say with Pa Que La Pasas Bien, one of the lyrics I like on this particular song is don't bring me down because I'll cure you in an instant. Just kind of within those fares I'd have to say. So it's just a good type song. Just really game being laid on some of these type songs. Just goes real shrill. Excellent song to kind of pair up with Chica Virtual as far as those fares can have. Just excellent type pitch. It's the same thing with Ganas de T. All these particular songs are just hit after hit. And I'd probably say if there's more songs like this on the album that this would be a seasoned enough purchase to be able to fuck with here. So it's excellent type fare. But Ganas de T is like I desire you. So what that means in English or something within that relative fare. It seems like ganas is like a word that seems to have like the fare for desire as far as those pitches can have. I'm not sure it's full bound because quiero is want, so you would think the difference between this is the same thing saying in English want or desire within the pitch. It's the same sort of concept. Quiero is want. It's what you think it would mean within the same type fare. But ganas, I don't know how to say. I don't know if it'd be ganar or something like that. But just within the pitch as far as saying I desire you within those pitches. So it's just tone for that. But like Ganas de T is like a further in the night kind of continuous dope dance heat to kind of get here. It's pretty winded within the sense. So it's just interesting that some of these singles, don't know why this song didn't chart heavier. It's kind of within the pitch behind it as far as this fair is going to happen. You just would look after here, just being able to say it's just further type stock type hits kind of get within those aspects. I get the feeling probably more of these songs on this album could probably have had that. But it's pretty excellent type fair to have gotten some of this. Just pretty thrilling type stuff to have played in like an electronic kind of dance floor, just depending upon where these spots would have it, just within those pitches, just some excellence to kind of get. Just real excellent shot in the arm just within the pitch. A lot of this is excellently contemporary just in the pitch of just having like some thrills of just that particular fair. So it just feels like a great alternative to Taio Cruz. Feels like a great alternative to Pitbull. Feels like a great alternative to Akon. Feels like a great alternative to some of these type folks. It's excellent type pitch to be able to say within some of those type fairs to just getting like the product of just having some of these type fairs. But just within the pitch, so a lyric I liked on Ganas de T would have to be appreciate on here would be believe in me, do not limit yourself. So it's a good aspect to be able to get some of that type here just from the pitch. So it's just further game night within the pitch. Do you like the product that how some of these type fairs kind of get within the tone behind it? So just being able to say some step out within the pitch of just having like the thrill, like the time. So I would almost say the product of like the 4 songs being on the dance floor makes me question if there was like a makeshift song that could have been on here, something more like Despacito or one of those type ones. It's not that Arcángel did Despacito, but just something within that Latin pop type product to get one of those type ones, because Don Omar and some of those type folks did have that particular balance. It'd be interesting to kind of see Arcángel within whether or not the daytime type fair if he would have had those pitches as well. But look, after it's still excellent type fair. I probably could have used like even a 5th single, something like that, just seeing like a 1, 2, 3, 4 type punch. to seem like a 1, 2, 3, 4 type punch within like these dance club type hoppers within the fare behind it. So some excellent type fare. But yeah, this album gets a 10 out of 10 in terms of the singles. The Social Score I'll probably give a 10 out of 10 too. All four of these just hit pretty star-studdedly. There's some excellence just within the pitch behind it. So I just would say within the product of it. So in terms of the future, like I definitely feel, just to say a little bit more about the Social Score, I definitely feel like these have some pretty thrilling just type jive about them, just be able to have you hopping and getting out your seat and just wanting to have like some socialized and fraternized pitches like that within the tone. Just really get crunk some of those type fares. Excellent songs to have some Friday, Thursday type turn up. Let's say within the pitch behind it, as far as those things, as far as the fares can happen with the future, I'm not really as full bound sure as to how many albums that Arcángel has put out. I know he at least has a few more of these. I think probably more than a few, at least throughout the 2010s pitches like that. He might have some products that even up to like the early 2020s. Guess I could look that up. Yeah, he has albums up to the 2020s. Dropped one as recent as like the fall of 2024. So some excellent type fare to be able to get this. So excellent album here within these pitches. Real excellent type fare to get these pitches. Just real sleek type album. Like I said, very stylish, contemporary pitches like that. So definitely recommend this within the fare behind it. Has easily some thrillers on here. He easily has some thrillers on here, and I suspect the rest of the album is like that as well.